Hi guys, so I have a project share and this is for a one-on-one swap that I did with Tiffany, who is Sweet Girly Things on YouTube and Jazzy Sweet Stuff on Instagram. And this was just like a kind of a separate one-on-one swap that we did and kind of made our own requirements. So I'm just gonna show you the stuff that I made. I also have like a ton of stuff that I just kind of gifted, but you'll have to watch her video to see that because I already packed it up and I'm not taking out the box. It took me too long to mail the swap as it is. So these are the two like items that I housed my things in. This is a suitcase that I created, and I actually kind of altered a tutorial from, I think it's Helen Griffin. I'll be actually like posting a tutorial on how to make this exact one. I did edit hers because she used dies and also hers was small, and I wanted something that I could package swaps in for my travel swap, which I will probably have already posted by the time this video goes up. And so while I was making a whole bunch of like test dummies, I said, okay, once I got all my measurements together and made a million bad suitcases, I decided to make one that I could use to show in the tutorial. And so I did it Easter themed so I could mail it to Tiffany. So anyway, I did also make, this is a Scrap Diva die. And so this just shows you, because if a lot of you probably have this, this shows you the scale. This is a big box. It's about, I think it's 9 by 8 when it's all said and done, so it can hold a lot of stuff, and you'll see that in a second. So first I'll just show you this shaker, which I use to decorate it, and it just has a shaker mix that I created. I made a little bow here, which you'll see, and then I used a lot of ephemera. So the collection that I used for this is Doodlebug Bunny Hop, and so there's a little bunny hopping. I thought that was appropriate to start the swap off. And these are just puffy stickers, and then ephemera. That's basically what I use a lot of. I use like enamel dots from different places. I use the puffy stickers. I use the chit chat and the odds and ends, bits and pieces. I use a lot of my pretty papers from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop, which I did post a haul. I think this paper is maybe, I'm not actually sure. It might be from Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure. But I did use a combination of the 12 by 12 collection of Bunny Hop and the 6 by 6 for some of the smaller things. So I'm just kind of going to show you what everything looks like. And there will be a tutorial on how to make this exact suitcase if you want. This is the suitcase we're going to use for my travel swap. So I thought it would be cute to make a little suitcase. And yeah, okay, so let's get into it. So I did create this box from Scrap Diva, and it's designed to be an egg carrier, but I wanted it to be a box, so I just kind of created some sides to go on, and I think a lot of people have done this. I've seen tutorials, and then I just used foam tape to pop it up, but then I also just used magnets, and I used a few magnets because this thing is not that easy to get to stay in place, so I did use 3 magnets. So in here I have these little ribbon, award ribbon embellishments, which are popped up. And I tried something new with this swap. I basically like decorated one of things, and then I gifted like an undecorated version. So if I made a ton, I decorated at least one of them, and then I left one for her to decorate. And I did use some embossed paper, as you can see here. I know the glare. I'm not going to take everything out of the packaging. But if there's something that you can't tell, then I will take it out. So on here, as you can see, this paper is embossed and just so super cute. And again, all of the stuff that I used was basically from the collection. If there's anything like that's not, I'll try to mention it. So I have that in there. And then I also made this little die. This is a Pretty Pink Posh die, and it's just like a fringed egg. And I did, like I said, I decorated one, and then I left one undecorated for her. And this is actually also, I think this umbrella is also from Pretty Pink Posh. And I did make her a bunch of these, which I included, so you'll see those later on. And I just popped all this up on foam so that you could really distinctly see the layers. And when I was packaging this swap this time, I made a bunch of stuff, and then I kind of just like packed it in the suitcase. So I didn't do like, many bag toppers or things like that. I just kind of wanted to give her a ton of stuff that she could use for Easter and for other things like these. These are shakers, and I made her a bunch of these I did decorate one of them. In the cellophane. And then I gave her a bunch that she could use on different projects. And I told you guys I always back stuff on yellow because I don't use a lot of yellow. I actually sent Lori, who's creating for fun, a bunch of my yellow paper because she uses a lot of yellow. And I was like, I never use yellow. So anyway, I decorated this one. And I did get these little gems from Hobby Lobby during... Was it spring? I think this is in their spring, so it might still be in the stores. It came in like a big set and it had different sized of these flowers. And then I just used this little puffy sticker, so cute. And these are just seed beads that I got from Five Below, actually. And since this was such a small amount, like for shakers, I also put the puffy stickers all over this one. And then I did make her 3 more regular, and then I used the insides. I hate wasting the insides of shakers, so I was trying to make stuff out of them. And these are pretty sturdy. Oh, something that I wanted to mention too is on the back of this, I actually put like a lollipop stick to keep it. And then I started to do them all, but then I remembered, like, what if she wants to put on a card? So I did one, and then I left them. So at least now she has the idea of using the lollipop stick if that's what she wants to do. But I was like, maybe she wants to put them on a card, and then now they have a lollipop stick on the back, and they're fragile, so they might tear, so I didn't want her to have to deal with that. So, yeah, so I did that. And then in here, I also had these gorgeous, these are like one of my new favorite flat flowers now. These are so pretty. I know I said I was not going to open everything, but I do want to show you these. They're so pretty. And I think this is a Spellbinders die. Look how cute this is. OMG. And I just like, you know, alternated. I used hollow, which is my favorite. that was my metallic of choice on this. So I'm like, she could use these for anything. These are I'm obsessed with these. I need to make a million of them. One of these days, I'm going to get my life together enough where I can like make a bunch of flowers and just have them ready and waiting, you know? When will that happen, guys? Probably never. Okay, so that's what I put in here. So I just kind of put some of the larger embellishments in there. And then in here, I did put Velcro. I did make these little bows and I put Velcro. And again, there'll be a tutorial on this. So I know you guys are going to ask. And when you open it, it has a bunch of stuff in it. So I did make her a card. This card was a labor of love. I used this really pretty, like, I don't know if you can tell, but this paper is actually brushed metal. It's from Joann. It comes in it came, because Joann is no more. It came in a set and it had different types, and I thought this paper was so pretty. And then I just paper pieced this and then put it on foam, hollow underneath. And I did not write on it because I wanted her to be able to use it. So that's that. And then here are some more. These do look different, so I will show you. I made her a bunch of umbrellas. And I just kind of had fun like using the paper. Okay, guys, am I going to struggle to do these cellophane bags the whole video? Maybe. Perhaps. I might. So this is just different ones, and I did not decorate these, so she is all set for next year or for this year. Like, you know, it's still spring. I know that we've kind of moved into summer already by now, but yeah, some of this stuff can be utilized. So then there's these little die cut carrots that I made, and I did decorate both of these. And then this is just a little thing that says Easter on here. So I did do that, and that has nothing on the back. I did gift her, this has double-sided tape. I gifted her the sequin mix that I made. So this is going to her. I made her a bunch of rosettes. These are super cute. These are 2 different types. So one of them is like a rosette, and one of them is kind of like a flower. So I made her 2 of these kind of rosettes, which are so pretty. I love this paper. Oh my gosh. And then these are kind of like flowers almost, but they're kind of like rosettes too. So I did make her those, and I used this really pretty teal metallic paper, and also hollow. Like, the weight of my heart is holographic paper. Truly. I love holographic paper so much. And so I love when I have an excuse to use it. I think it's one of the reasons why I love crafting Halloween so much, because I do a lot of holographic during Halloween. Okay, so that's in there. And then I did also make her these little cutesy rain boots. Sorry if you guys don't like the paper like crinkling. Just watch this video on mute. Okay, so that's that. And I decorated one with the little flowers. So cute. I want to wear this boot. And then I have these other ones that have hollow in the background. And maybe I won't repackage everything during this video because I know some of you do not like the noise. I do though. I actually personally like the noise. And also, I don't know if you're not a swapper, this may not, you may not understand this, but like packaging is like a huge thing. So I wanted to do that before I recorded the video because I wanted to be done once I finished this video. Look how cute these little peeps are. So cute. A little peeps die, adorable. And then I did make her 3 3x3 cards. And again, I used, I think this was from these circles are from either the Chit Chat or the bits and pieces. Definitely not the odds and ends. But look how cute these are. And these are blank. So she can use those. And then I made her this really cute shaker. This is actually a Doodlebug die. So it matches the collection. And I, like with everything else, I did decorate one. And I put this really fun shaker mix, which is from Michael's. And then the other one I just left plain for her to decorate if she wants. But I still did all the hard work, the paper piecing and all that stuff. So this is just for her to have fun. And then I did make her, oh my gosh, these won't stay. I did make her this like little bouquet of flowers. I thought this was such a cute way to gift flowers. So I put them, so this is 2 different types of flowers, but I put these flowers on like that kind of, you know, those glue dots that I hauled at Hobby Lobby, and then I put the prettiest gems in the center, and then this one I put like an extra pretty flower. And this is just on acetate, which I did also attach, but it's with a removable dot. So these are on acetate, so she can just like pick these off and use them. And I thought these were so pretty and such a fun way to gift flowers, as opposed to like putting them in a, you know, just sticking them in something or putting them in an envelope, which is what I usually do, which is fine too, but I just thought this was fun. A fun way to use this die. Oh, I did say I wasn't going to package anymore. And then I made her these little embroidery hoops. And like the rest, I just decorated the front one. And I just like fussy cut this little bird. And then I put like some of the puffy stickers you see here. And then these I left. And I'm like, how pretty. I want to have an embroidery hoop that's made of holographic paper. That's just so pretty. I made her some bows, like the ones I used on the front. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I was really in my like paper piecing era when I was doing this. Look how cute these are. This is also Pretty Pink Posh, which I'm realizing is like one of my new favorite like stamp and die companies. But look how pretty. These took me a gajillion years to make. I actually made 4 more of these, and I just like put them in my crafting stuff for next year for myself to like save myself some time next year. And then I made her these little like pennants. These are so cute. I love making these little things. And this is a KS Craft flag die. And this one says bunny. And this one says spring. And these are, I think these little bunnies are from Hobby Lobby. And these are from Temu. And then this is that fun like velour felt stuff from Amazon. That's really fun, but a lot of work for doing letters. And I also did my my letters in this too, in both colors. So I did pink and I did white, but I used like the felt on both. So this is like basically a sticky back felt. So this one, it says Bunny Babe, this is hollow. This is also hollow, Happy Easter. This is a different kind of holographic. Hello Bunny, Somebody Loves You, Hippity Hoppity, Cottontail. And then this is in white. So this says Bunny. This says Egg Hunt. And then this is upside down, Peeps. And then this says Hoppy. And that says Chick upside down. So those are so cute. And this is the same green. This is like a similar green color. It looks a little bit lighter when it's up close like this, but it's such a pretty like lime green color. So that was really fun. And then I also made her these huge shaker eggs. And I did decorate one, and I left one for her. So this is the one I decorated, and I added all these little fun things on here. I added glasses. I die cut these glasses with the same die that came with when I did the Peeps earlier. I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. so I just cut out the glasses in the black glossy paper from scrapbooks.com, and then I stuck it on the bunny. I thought it was so cute. And then I used these little like just balls just to kind of make colors, and I did the same thing here, but I used on here, instead of using the balls, I used just like clear sequins, just so that you can, it kind of shadows the paper a little bit, calms down the back paper. But I thought this was so cute, so I made those. We're almost done. And then I made her this memory decks. Oh my gosh. So I made these bows out of like faux leather. So pretty. I love doing that. I love this bow too. And then I put one of the puffy stickers and then the shakers inside. I also put like, Doodlebug always gives you like these tiny little pieces, and I stuck a bunch of them into the shaker so that you can see them. And then the ears. This is the glossy paper from scrapbook.com in the pastels. And I thought that was so cute. And then I did sew her some vellum tags. And these tags were actually made with the vellum envelopes that we were all hauling from Hobby Lobby when they were on clearance. And then I just made them into a tag. And I put like this fun yarn from the Dollar Tree, and then this bow from Temu. I also added, this is the bow from the set at Michael's, that Michael started selling their own dies, and there's a bow set that's so cute. This is one of the bows from there. And it says you're extra special, and I did put more of the sequin mix in here, but it kind of calms down the color, which is why I love doing vellum shakers. And you can see the stitching on here is in like a gold. This is the back is gold, and then, well, the front is gold. On this one, the back is gold. And then on the front, it's kind of, it just looks like white. It's just white. So, yeah. And I think I got this. This bling is from Michael's in a sticker pack. You guys know I like my bling. So these both I did decorate. And that is basically it. I had so much fun crafting this. It took me like a gajillion years. Both me and Tiffany were running late on this, but that's the fun. It's fine. It's like, that's the nice thing about like doing a one-on-one swap, is like, you know, life comes up, life happens. Like I traveled back to back in April, came back, got sick for a week. Then I cut my finger, which it is healed, but it did leave a scar. Do you guys see right here? And that took me out of crafting for a week. So I just was super behind on Easter this year, but I still wanted to make something nice. So I just took my time, and I still sent out something really nice, you know, instead of just rushing and sending out something bad. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the tutorial, the link for the, I'll actually put the link to the tutorial in the description box, because I'm sure I'll have posted it by then. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.